All right, I am here with Alaina. Alaina, why don't you introduce yourself? Say your first and last name so I don't butcher it, and then we'll talk.
Sounds good. I'm Alaina Dutill.
Good. And then where? Let's start with where you train, and you got a big fight coming up on February 22nd in Pottstown, and then we'll kind of retrace the steps back to how you got here.
Sounds good. Gary, I'm from CFS Academy. That I've been training there for about 3 years now.
All right, very good. So I know because I kind of know you a little bit anyway.
Mhm.
You're my niece's favorite fighter. Okay, even though
Yeah.
she's never seen you fight, she just sees you at the fights, but you're her favorite fighter. And let's go back to your beginning of your martial arts journey, and we'll kind of go through everything because I know I see pictures of you once in a while from the old karate days at the
Oh,
Colt
yeah.
tournament and stuff. So let's start from day one and how did you get into the martial arts and right up until now.
Okay, so day one, I'd say around 7 years old, my dad told me I needed some self-defense classes because I wanted to fight all the boys in the area. I was a bad kid, and my dad knows I always loved to fight. I've always loved to bully the boys, get my hands on others and just mess around. So he's like, I got to put her in some martial arts. So he decided to put me in karate when I was 7. I started out there up at Robert Teller's Karate Academy. It used to be in Pottstown. I don't think they're there anymore, but I started there. Um, did a lot of tournaments. I won Delaware State Championship for sparring and forms and all that fun stuff back then. Got my black belt when I was, I think, 16, somewhere around there. Then got my second degree. Kind of got bored of karate phase, so I moved on to let's try some cardio kickboxing. Love that, but I wanted more, so I ended up doing. I started in 2017 with the actual martial arts, starting to do jujitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and now here I am today.
Very good, very good. And when did you make your journey into the ring or was it the ring or the cage first?
The cage first, actually.
Okay, and what year was that? And when did you do that? And what made you decide to do that?
I think it was in 2021 or 2020, somewhere between there and COVID times. I think it was right after 2020 because I
Okay.
know COVID was still kind of a thing. I had my first fight there with my old gym. Not the greatest, sportsmanship there, not the greatest background there, but it got me some experience, got me in the cage. I had my first fight with that gym, and then I found Dave, and then I ended up doing. I moved on to CFS Academy, and I feel like I progressed so much in the past 3 years being at CFS Academy. And I had my second fight with him, and we won that one in the cage. And ever since, I've just piling up them fights. I got ring fights as well, back and forth.
Very good, very good. So in the MMA world, you won some titles, right? So why don't we talk about those? You've done pretty well.
Yeah, so my first title shot that I received was with Cage Wars for MMA. I got that with them for a 115-pound title shot in New York. Amazing experience, great promotion. I also have a WK belt that I won last year in August for the 110-pound division for the females. So
Mhm.
that was awesome. I enjoyed that experience. I won the novice division the fall of the year before that, but then I moved on to the advanced division.
You won the novice division at the WKAs in what?
Um,
Was it K1 or was it
it was in
unified
K.
ones or Muay Thai?
It was in K1. I got disqualified for Muay Thai. There was a hand wrap issue.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, not going to mention anything else.
yeah. That's what I'm getting at there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I won Muay Thai. I literally was about to get my hand raised for Muay Thai, and they looked at my hand wraps. There was a malfunction, and they're like, "Nope." And that was unfortunate, but you know what? It's amateur. It's things happen. So I ended up winning the K1 bout. I was angry. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I gotta win this. I can't believe I just got disqualified for Muay Thai, but that was fun. And then I won the K1 advance this in 2024.
Awesome. And so at CFS, I did stop in there a few weeks ago, or maybe just last week actually. And you teach classes there and everything else. Kind of tell me about the programs there and how does the teaching and the training and balancing your life all work together?
It's a lot. People don't understand with having an 8-year-old as well, and two giant dogs in the house and everything else going on. It gets chaotic because I work two jobs. I'm a full time nurse and I'm also a full time nurse, part time nursing instructor. So I don't get a day off. When I'm done work, I go right to the gym. I get an hour at home, take the dogs out, go right to the gym. I teach women's cardio kickboxing. I do that every Thursday. It's a beginner friendly women's cardio class to kind of get their foot in the door to learn how to throw a punch and a kick. We're not very focused on technique with the women's cardio kickboxing, but it's definitely somewhere to start out. And then we also have our other programs. We have our jujitsu, our boxing, our Muay Thai, our kickboxing, fundamentals of striking. That we have numerous other coaches that are great that they teach.
With all that going on, when do you train?
I train probably whenever I can. I get off of work at 3:30. I'm in the gym by 5:30, and I train till 8 o'clock at night.
Good, very good. And now getting prepared for this fight coming up against Lauren. What do you know about Lauren? Have you seen her fight? Is tape something you study, or how does that all come together?
My coaches like me to stay away from watching tapes. They don't want me to see that stuff because they could, whatever they do on tape, they could always change up what they're doing in fight camp. They could be watching my videos and change up whatever their style is. It happens. So they prefer I stay away from videos. Have I seen videos of her? Yes, I've even seen her in person. I've sparred with her, so I've been at her gym and I know her personally. So we kind of had to, we kind of like talk to each other like, hey, we need another female girl fighter. Let's fight. And so we talked to Dave, the matchmaker, about making this fight come to life because we've been talking about it for a couple months now, having me and her fight. We have the same exact record, so we figured it'd be an amazing fight. We're both very scrappy fighters. So I think it'd be a very fun fight for the fans to watch.
And that fight's happening on February 22nd in Pottstown, and that's at 110 pounds. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
So this is our championship belt. But can you see that there? Did it kind of disappear on me? What happened there? There it is.
There it is.
And I actually had to make it. This isn't the one, but I told him to cut 8 inches off it. This is for a 110-pound title fight. I hate when we go to put the belts on, whether it be you or Lauren at the end, and the belt just does not quite fit. It just falls to the ground. So
yeah, that was me in my other fight. I had to hold it up like this.
yeah. The now looking forward to this the next couple of weeks. It looks like it's February 5th when we're actually talking here. So we're about 17 days away from the fight. How does your training change, or does your focus change? Does anything change between now and the fight?
A lot of it, I wouldn't say it changes so much. I know we kind of get a little rougher with it. They want to build my mental game up. The mental side of it's very important with fighting, not more than just physical. It's the mental side too. It really is, and that's something I have to focus on a lot. I have to, I'm doubtful. I doubt myself a lot, and I have to stop doing that because I know I'm a much better fighter than I make myself out to be. All my coaches tell me that. They're like, Alaina, just relax and you'll do amazing. So getting that mental side under control is very big in these last couple of weeks, and also bringing that cardio up.
When you're training as a female, do you have female sparring partners? Is it mostly male sparring partners? Do you have people in your weight class? Some gyms do not have a 110-pound female ever in 20 years.
I have no other female sparring partners my size at all, unfortunately. Probably not even any guys that are my size. So I spar the males. I go to other gyms and open gym, like open sparring, and hopefully I find other females. I know Juniper has invited me over to spar with their girls. They have a lot of girls in their gym around my size. So, they could be great sparring partners when I get over there. So that's also a good choice. But just finding people my size is very difficult to spar. I mean, sparring with the guys, I mean, they're a lot bigger, but I can go a little harder on them too.
Right. So how are you doing with your weight 17 days out? Are you close to fight weight? Are you going to have a big cut coming up? How about that?
So when I usually cut 110 for WKAs, I want I really constant on how I do my cut. and I do pretty good. I usually end up at 114 and have to only cut 4 pounds. It's not too bad.
Right. No, very good, very good.
Mhm.
And so, knowing that you've sparred with Lauren, so you're familiar with her, you've seen her fight. Um, how do you see the fight going?
Well, I sparred with her right before she had a fight, so it wasn't some 100% that we're going, So we had it probably at 60%. I see the fight being very volume. We're both very we both fight with a lot of volume. So from her old fights, from what I've seen, she likes to throw a lot of volume. I like to throw a lot of volume. So I can see it going that way. It's going to be a very entertaining fight. I know that, no matter which way it goes.
Very good, very good. And what are your ultimate goals with fighting?
To become a pro, I want to become pro in MMA, especially. But I'm kind of working through an injury I had in the past year. So other than that, I'm hoping to become pro within 2025, maybe 2026. We'll see how everything goes. But just getting more ring experience is what I want right now.
I know I just saw you recently at the bare knuckle fights. So, what did you think of the women's fight there that night? And is that something you would ever want to jump into?
I thought that looked so much fun. Bare knuckle sounds amazing. I just don't want to bust my face open. I don't want to miss my teeth.
Right, right, right.
So
Yeah, well,
maybe I think that would
that's,
be a bucket list fight to do one day in my later years of fighting. Definitely a bucket list idea for sure.
very
To
good.
throw hands with no gloves. That would be amazing.
That is. Well, hey, I wish you luck. And the fight's coming up on February 22nd in Pottstown. I know you've sold a ton of tickets. Do you have a ticket link you're pushing out and everything else? So, you got a big fan base coming. Tell us about your fan base and who's coming to see you. You got doctors, you got everything coming to see you, right?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I have a lot of my residents and doctors at my work. They bought some front row seat tickets. It's amazing with some of the support. Some of the doctors I don't even generally work with are coming, which are amazing. A lot of my family's coming. My dad's coming. My stepmom's coming. My old instructor from karate's coming. My sensei from many years ago, Robert Teller. I was told he was going to be there. A couple friends here and there from work and a couple people from the gym. I know there's a few others interested at the gym, so they usually last minute ticket buyers. But other than that, I should have about 40, 45 people coming. So
That's awesome. That's awesome.
awesome.
And I'm sure when this gets shared, you'll share it and you have your ticket link below if anybody wants to come see you. And again, the fight's February 22nd in Pottstown. It's Alaina Dutill. I always used to say Duddle, but
Oh no,
I apologize.
get
And
Duddle and Doodle a lot.
Duddle and Doodle. Not to be biased or anything, but my niece is this is the only fight she wants to see. It's the only thing she talks about me when she sees me Friday nights for dinner. She's wishing you luck and she'll be rooting for you as well.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see her.
All right. We'll see everybody February 22nd. Thanks, Alaina.
All right, thanks so much, Gary.